So in this section, we're going to first start off by writing algebraic expressions from words. So when we look at, we need to understand what certain words are. The key word is the word than. When you see the word than, anything after it, that means all of this, needs to be written first in your expression. So if I see 2 more than 4 times the cube of a number, I'm going to write 4 times the cube of a number. So 4 times, and I'm going to cube a number, that's 3. That's going to be written first, and then I look at the word before than, tells me where I'm adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing. More means adding, so I'm going to add 2. Quotient means division, and division is a fraction. So the quotient of 5 less than a number and 12. So the first thing we are going to write is 5 less than, and there's that word than again. So a number minus 5. And because it's a quotient, we're going to write a fraction and then write 12. So the first thing that you read is written on top of the fraction. Second thing is on the bottom of the fraction, and then we have to account for the word than. If we look at our problem over here, we have no than, so we're just going to write it just like we read it. The cube of a number, so cube means the third power, increased, so we're adding, by 4 times the same number. So the same number means the same letter, so it's 4 times n. And so that's how we write algebraic expressions from words. Writing verbal expressions is a little bit more flexible in what you write. Basically, we want to just translate this into words. So if I go 6 times a number, and the word is means equals is, and then I can just write the number 72. If we're looking at this problem right here on the second one, we can say a number increased, and there's lots of different ways of doing plus sign. Increased by 15 is 91, and I'm simplifying the numbers into the words. It's the expressions or the symbols that we're writing as words. So the next one we want to look at is g minus 5 equals negative 2. So we have a number. So anytime we have a variable, we're going to write a number decreased by 5 is negative 2. The most difficult in these expressions is identifying the properties. And right over here on the right-hand side, and I circled it in red, are the 4 properties we're going to use. So we're looking for these things happening within our equation. So if we look at our first one, we have an equation, 3a minus 4 equals b. But then we have b equals a plus 17. And then the last one has those 2 things equal to each other. So we're looking for something that changes what it's equal to. Well, reflexive is the exact same. Symmetric is just the same but flipped. So that property is the transitive property. And transitive is when you make it equal to something else. So a equals b, and then b equals c, and a equals c. See how they're all different. So if you look at those problems right there. So let's look at the next particular one where we have 2g minus h equals 62, and it tells you h is 24. Well, if you look over here, everything is exactly the same order, but now the h is now 24. All we did was basically substitute one number in for a letter. So that's the substitution property. Last one, let's look at our equation. We have equals negative 11a plus 2 equals a negative 3a. And then it says negative 3a equals the exact same thing. And all we did was switch the order. So in this is in the sense the symmetric property. And so all you want to do is look at your equation and see what's happening to it, and then look at the 4 different types.